Hey everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be doing my first listen / review of JO YURI's second single album titled OP, also short for opus, meaning work in Latin. I know it takes some time to wrap your head around it, but it's the way to really identify a musical piece, particularly in classical music. Yes, so it is Op.22 Y-Waltz in minor. Okay, and I love the titling of it as someone with a little bit of musical background, as you can tell or you already know of over time being familiar with my videos on the channel here. And as much as I love the titling of her releases, I love the titling of her title tracks and how meaningful yet engaging her music always is. With each and every second, I just want to move and enjoy myself, and at the end of the day, each and every musical piece she provides us leaves a smile, at least on my face, at the end of that listening session. And as you can tell, I'm trying to do my review and coverage of JO YURI's B-sides up until her debut with Glassy and her release with Express Moon, which I still have in my rotation by the way. And I really wanted to do this for quite some time now, because JO YURI really stands out to me as a soloist and really stood out to me within, as one I've got to say, that memorable voice. I think due partly into that slight husk in her voice, but also her vocal capabilities and the techniques that she utilizes in her musical pieces, but which, by the way, has some orchestral work that I absolutely love at the same time, and the sort of cunningness done in the lyrics within her musical pieces. So there's a lot to appreciate and to love about JO YURI, and it's time to really appreciate and love more of her music within this review. So with that being said, let's dive into this first listen now. Alright, so I brought up the very first track here titled Blank, and as I was bringing it up, I noticed that she dropped a live clip of this. We love to see it. I'll make sure to check it out for y'all fellow patrons on my Patreon. And in general, if you guys haven't checked it out, be sure to do so, because there's a lot of exclusive content, but also free variety and reactions. But the credits on Blank here, oh my goodness, I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Yeon Yujin and Joa from a team that I'm familiarizing myself with. We even got Willie Weeks. Willie Weeks I haven't covered in a hot minute, honestly, because Willie Weeks has worked with Ives Royal, one of my favorite B-sides of this year in 2022, Believer by SF9, and even One by Astro. Okay, so I'm sensing a lot of range here, the likes of Love Killa, Monsta X as well, and we even got Kyler Nico, who has worked with a lot of big groups and idols out there. So I can't wait to check this out. Let's go. Love the strumming of the guitar here. Hey. This is already so sweet. Oh, love the production in this already, but most importantly, the vocal arrangement in this. Ooh, the strings here. Snare drum work here. Ooh, man, that hits. I love the overall lightness that can be felt in this. Yeah, there's a little bit of quirkiness with the extra blink that's going on, you know what I'm saying? Lovish. That reference there. I love just that build-up, sort of build-up of steps with the strings, with the 1, 2, 3 and all. Quite the meaningful song as well, I've got to say. Blink. No matter how dark it was, I wanted to cry. Ooh, the hi-hat work. The snares. Ooh, the dip of the bass. Woo, yeah! Man, that extra layer there. Blink, blink. Yeah, blink, blink. Oh my goodness, JO YURI. What a way to kick off this first listen and review. I've got to say, blank here. Upon first listen, probably one of my favorite B-sides of this year. Like, sure, I've said it here and there for other artists and idols out there, but blank is special. I think on two spectrums. One, just how there's this sort of storytelling aspect to it, linked on the other spectrum of how meaningful this song is, right? And I really get what she's putting down in terms of the lyrics, and especially setting the tone right away when she started singing with verse 1, and then we got into a nice little refrain before it was brewing in with that pre-chorus, and then that drop. That drop is literally everything. How we first initially get blank blank, but then literally later on is a blink blink. And I'm gonna try to connect the dots there between blank and blank. It might be something very simple, it might be straightforward yet meaningful, as much as the song is straightforward and meaningful, which I will get to when I break down the song more and what this truly means to me, at least in my perspective, and how it conveys to me right emotionally and lyrically at the same time. So I love the overall arrangement to it, the production, the hooks are there for me, and yet always again, it just seems like the vocal delivery and arrangement from JO YURI within her music is always very top notch. It's up there, right? The quality is so immediately up there. So let's just dive right into it again, okay? Now that I think it, like, about the start, it's not as bright as it may seem like upon first listen. It's more so, you know, a beam of light, the light at the end of the tunnel kind of feel on your pathway, I feel like. That's what I'm talking about, like this sort of storytelling, right? She goes, there's obviously some color-coded lyrics can have some loss in translation, but immediately right away she says here, in the mirror now I'm shining, I wear something quote-unquote excitement every day, or exciting every day. Ooh. I love that snare drum work, the hi-hats, a little bit of trap percussion almost, I feel like, with the constant strumming. I love it here. Okay, this is now we're in the refrain section of the song beyond the verse 1. Never hate it, however crooked it may be, who cares, never slow down. And sure, there's some loss in translation, it may seem, okay, but I feel like the intentions of this is no matter how bad it gets, no matter how the situation may be so troublesome for you, and how crooked it may be as this world may seem like, moving on is very important, and looking on the brighter side of things in life. There's always that flip side to it in that current moment, or more so, what is to look forward to in life. And I think she really points this part of living life, per se, within this song quite immediately right away in this. Like a continuous movie, keep on going. Oh my goodness, I love it. This is what I'm talking about, the storytelling and how meaningful it is, and she puts the two together. Don't even get me started with the fun, I would say. Let me go back. Like this sort of incline of the string work. I don't necessarily say there are string plucks, but I really love the string work here, how smoothly on an incline it's being done. In the 1, 2, 3, not simple, ABC. That's the fun aspect that like JO YURI provides to us in any of her music, I've got to say. Those kind of tropes is so engaging and fun every time. Every single time. Bit of that snare drum during the pre-chorus here. Blank, 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 blank. Blank, 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 blank. It's me, I'm free. I feel like that could be very meaningful and symbolic in a way. My mind's more so blank. It's not so clouded. Being open-minded and looking for what's amidst the horizon, I feel like. Let me look back at it. Don't fill it. I'm just a blank, 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 blank. So free. Blank, blank. It's me. Yeah, I feel like it's talking about being very open, right? Not being clouded in the moment and dwelling in the moment. And that tends to be the case when we look upon the past or focus too much on the future or the current troublesome situation we may be facing. We shouldn't be so clouded and really so focused on that matter of subject or thing or what's going on, but more so being more free, let loose with it, right? And I like how she's tackling that in the chorus of the song. Hey, no more, no more. That transitioner is very cunning. Like, I can't emphasize enough the two individuals from that team that I mentioned at the start of this review. They did a phenomenal job in transitioning that into blank, 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 right? Notice this at the end of the line. And I'm blank, 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 like this, I'm blank, blank, baby. No matter how dark it was, I wanted to cry. And I feel like blank, I'm not sure what that connects to. I think it's more so how simplified it is connecting from blank. A little, it adds a slight switch up in cunniness to the song that we tend to get in JO YURI's music. But like, I feel like in the moments, sometimes it just doesn't go away. Every time you constantly blink, you know, you wish that it will go away, it'll go away. You can't really, as she mentions here, right? No matter how dark it was, Anymore, never hide it, no more, no more. And it's part of that moving on aspect. I think it truly talks about that moving on aspect. And moving about, like, talking more so about that dark husk within us, and in that moment, it's like, it's no more. I just don't want it anymore. I want to go on. And I love this reference here. This verse 2, probably the most fire / dope verse 2s in JO YURI's discography, even though I haven't heavily dove into her discography. This verse 2, love is that reference, okay, from her song, okay, love is as some of you may know, she's got that song, very cunning and smart with it in terms of the lyrics in that song. Everything was tailored to you. Now I'm chill. Toss out the me from yesterday. I could be talking about a significant other one, talking about you, but I like the general sense of it, of moving on, the aspect of moving on, most importantly. Blank, 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 blank. So we get blank, 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 and then we get blink, blink, ever so slightly in the back there as a background vocal, which is really cool. A background vocal / ad-lib. I would say a background vocal. Like another layer there. It's so cool. Blank, blank, blink, blink. Personality with some toughness. Mustering up that toughness, and I would say even that independence. That strength. That is so cool. I love the strumming of the guitar here during the bridge. With the constant hi-hat work. That's a bit of snare. Bit of kick. The sort of dips that this song takes is incredible, and which I've noticed in other of her title tracks in terms of JO YURI herself. Like, I just constantly love that the tropes and the storytelling aspect that she constantly provides every single time, and that's part of the quality in JO YURI's music that I feel like more people should notice, right? This is something really special we have here from JO YURI. Blank, blank. Woo. Oh, her control, the technique. I have something to say more so about what JO YURI and who she reminds me of. I'm gonna have to say it after this review of both B-sides, after the next B-side, of course. So hey, this was a great start. So far, my favorite B-side off of this single album, but let's just get into the other track now. Alright, so I brought up the other track here, and it is titled Favorite Part, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, I don't know why it's only 1 minute and 38 seconds long. Y'all heard me rant about this issue in regards to music in general these days, and especially in K-pop, in near the starting of mini albums or full albums, of course, where intros could be full-on songs, and some songs that are this kind of duration can't be defined as necessarily a full-on song nor an intro, but hopefully this ends up being good anyways. I'm not too familiar with the people working behind the scenes. I'll make sure to get familiar after this review, but let's just dive into it.
Once upon a time, there was a lovable princess living in a castle of glass.
I love that once a time upon moment. That radio static feel. Ooh. Very smooth, easy listen to. Really takes the R&B, some pop influence. Love the doubling with the vocal layering. That just put me at ease. Oh my goodness. The type of song where you can just close your eyes and enjoy it. But man, this is a crime. This is a crime that this is only this long, 1 minute and 38 seconds. Like, can this just be like at least 2 minutes and 30 seconds? Like, please? This song feels like it had so much more to it, so much more potential per se. Like, I could even sense a bridge added into it, a verse 2 added into it. Maybe it's the case of, okay, we didn't want to prolong this song to make it so repetitive, but I feel like it's more so of the case of what's being more mainstream, and I don't know why in some cases it is. It could be because a lot more people love short form content and music in terms of streaming these days, and then there's other people like me that I don't mind if it's going to go into 6 minutes as long as it is good. And in this case, it's really good. It's more than good, everyone. We pretty much got a really nice subtling intro. It like really allows us to, it eases us into the song. We get that one and only verse, right? And then we get hit with the chorus that it just takes you away. It leaves you breathless. And then with the outro too, like from start to finish, it's very well executed and done. The details are there. I just wish they built upon it more, and maybe, I don't know, sometimes it's on the A&R and the label to decide that kind of creative aspect or direction and duration of these songs. Keep in mind, the people working behind the scenes don't always have that full say. Don't always have that full say in terms of line distribution, especially in idol groups within the K-pop scene. And I've said it time and time again for y'all in my album reviews. So I don't know. Is it I doubt it's a budget issue. Maybe it is. But I don't like things cutting short like this, okay? Maybe it'll take more time to develop, so be it. I'll wait for the next release for this song to be developed even more, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a crime that this is too short, but I still want to break down this song, because there's, every single second of this song, there's a lot to appreciate and talk upon about.
Once upon a time, there was a lovable princess living in a castle of glass.
That once upon a time princess living in a castle land or something like that. Really love it with that sort of stereo radio feel to it. That sample at the start during the intro here, so good. Notice this, it's just Jo Yuri going, it's very calming, really relieving.
어디서부터 시작된 건지 뒤엉켜버린 물음표 같아 닿을 수 없는 마음이란 거.
Yeah, just the different guitars, the bass guitar and such. Oh, I love the guitar work in this so much. You just hear the strumming being done. Daisy, Daisy. Just how she drags her lines ever so slightly, it adds more depth to the song, honestly. Then it picks up, which is really cool. I like how it picks up with a little bit of trap percussion. There's almost this lounge feel to it, but not totally, I've got to say, due to how the tempo picks up here, or the tempo shifts almost. And I think it picks up even more due to the percussion, most definitely. Wow, I just noticed that. Hear it out, everyone. I'm gonna point it out. Some string plucks, dun dun dun. And then that the drum roll there. Oh my goodness, the epic timpani drum roll there. That is so cool. Oh, I'm geeking out right now, and I can't help it. This goes perfect. This song goes perfect with green tea, by the way. I know, green tea in a Starbucks mug, but green tea nonetheless, everyone. But all in all, let me wrap things up here for this album review for Op.22 Y-Waltz in minor, okay? I think the overall lineup of how it went from Loveable blank to favorite part is perfection, okay? That is pretty easy to tell due to the style and route that each and every song took, especially ending on a really calming and relaxing song with favorite part, right? You'd have a nice coffee or green tea in the morning or afternoon, whatever you like me. But, alright, I think Loveable, it's hard to tell now. Now that I listened to Blank twice, Blank low-key might be more of the favorite than Loveable for me. Quite admittedly, Loveable, I mentioned it was not necessarily my favorite title track compared to her previous releases, but it was effective as her previous title tracks nonetheless. But I love how it kicks off with Loveable. Blank, oh my goodness, the blank, 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 blank. Like I said, the two spectrums of the storytelling and how meaningful it was, yet straight to the point with the message is everything of moving on. And hey, it may be a dark situation, but you can make it better, and there's a flip side, and there's that light at the end of the tunnel, even though she's not literally saying that, but she's implying that almost, right? So Blank, I love it, from the blank, 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 and blank, blank, the additional layering in that song. Just so fun with it. The storytelling is every thing, and it makes sense why she ended up coming through with the performances. I'm glad that she did, which I can't wait to check out every one. And then we got into favorite part. So overall, this single album ended up being 2.5 songs, which is very unfortunate because I really don't count favorite part as a full song. Like, I feel like there's more to be developed and more to be enjoyed, right? It's not done yet, and I It's like, sure, all the details are there. I just wish it was longer. I wish it was longer, like 2:30, 2:50. Like, I wouldn't even mind for a 2:30 moment in that song. But when you're getting into the 1 minute and 38, is it like an intro or is it an actual song? And I emphasize that a lot with the likes of Kepler, the likes of Yuju as well from G-Friend and her on Wat1 track from her solo debut album. So, you know, I just hope this changes it up. And when she comes out with another mini album, I think, yeah, another mini album, that there is nothing like this going on, especially if you have a chill song like Favorite Part. You just want to hear it in and throughout for quite some time, and then get that outro that is so calming and puts you at ease so easily. But nonetheless, I would say the orchestral work both in Blank and Favorite Part was incredibly well done, and it is so JO YURI, right? So JO YURI, it is just so her, and she developed and solidified her signature sound quite early, way before this. I would say immediately with her debut. And yeah, aside from that, let me know your favorites. I'm sure it's gonna end up being Blank, especially comparably due to Favorite Part's duration. Maybe you guys low-key love it slightly more than Loveable this time around, but let me know your thoughts. I think it's clear for me. It's slightly Blank, then it goes into Loveable, into Favorite Part. But if we're just solely talking about B-sides, quite easily identified from Blank into Favorite Part. But getting a small performance of Favorite Part would be incredible too at some concert. Oh my goodness, I would love to be at a JO YURI concert, okay? Or having a light stick from JO YURI in the future. And the one individual and solo artist that I almost forgot to mention near the end of this album review is Sejong. I'm gonna say it, and it's been stuck in my mind for ages, ever since JO YURI debuted, but I just can't help, right? She really reminds me of Sejong. Like, sure, maybe with the survival groups and all, IOI as one, but in terms of web drama, acting, sure, but like, not just the singing capabilities, but like what kind of music they bring to us. Whether it's more so slower in tempo of a straight up ballad, or it's a more fun medium tempo paced song, there's meaning behind it, there's engagement behind the song, and most importantly, emotion attached to those lyrics in a storytelling kind of fashion. So I just can't help but just to put it out there, right? The qualities seem very similar to Sejong, and I feel like there is, for the two of them, especially JO YURI, they have a lot more in store for them in the future, especially come due time in the new year in 2023, where I hope we get even more music from JO YURI and Kim Sejong, one of my ultimate biases that I haven't said on the channel, now you know. But yeah, other than that, be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much. It just warms my heart connecting with y'all about JO YURI in the comment section down below. Definitely gonna be doing more of a catch up on her discography and more of her variety content, definitely on the Patreon separately. But as always, take care. This has been Garrison, and peace.